Hi friends, Russia-Ukraine war. What's it and why it is so? The what and why of Russia-Ukraine war. I may call it as a shadow war of America against Russia, keeping Ukraine in front. Before explaining that in detail, let us come to know the historic background of Ukraine, which is a victim of this war. Ukraine was an independent nation. There is proof that there were people living 34,000 years ago. It was considered to be the cradle of Slavic culture by historians. You see, after that there came a civilization, Kavinerus. Then Mongolian civilization came there and ruled that country for long. And many other civilizations and dynasties ruled that country. And it had an independent mindset of its own. Now comes the revolution, Russian Revolution of 1917. At that time, the idea of equality, see, all nations were attracted by it. See, Russia was there, Poland was there, many nations were there. Ukraine became one of the founding nations of USSR. 1917, you see, the revolution became successful and Ukraine became a part of USSR. Though it went on nicely for some years later on, the nations which were part of that USSR realized that the real equality is not possible at all. Communist leaders and party leaders became dictators and the common man was really suffering because of all these things. And they did not get the real equality at all. Years rolled by. Later on, private property was permitted in Russia. But that went to Russian Communist Party leaders and they became rich and the common man always remained the same. Later on, students were permitted to go abroad and get education. That was a turning point and these students understood what freedom meant and they came back to their nation and they fought, they strived to bring that freedom to their own country also. Then came the rule of Mikhail Gorbachev and his ideas and ideals, glasnost and perestroika. Perestroika means reformation. Glasnost means openness. That was the real reason for the destruction of USSR. There was, the secret hands of America in encouraging glasnost and perestroika and encouraging these small nations, small states of USSR to come out from the USSR, the great nation. Baltic republics, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, they were the first one to come out. They got freedom, independence, and they became part of NATO organization. And they became powerful countries too. Even when Ukraine became independent, Russia considered it as part of their nation. The main reason was that nuclear arsenal, weapons and all were located in Ukraine. After so much consultations and all, Ukraine agreed to hand over these nuclear weapons to Russia. Years rolled by and there came Viktor Yanukovych in 2013. He was actually a partisan of supporter of Russian government. See, even when there was a chance of Ukraine becoming part of NATO, he declined the offer. But the people of Ukraine were really agitated against this decision. They really wanted to get away from Russia. The people of Ukraine were angry and agitated against the decision of Viktor Yanukovych, Ukraine president, who opted not to join NATO organization even when there was a chance. There was violent agitations and people turned against the government and he had to resign at the end and he ran away for his life to Russia. What happened in Donbas region was another contentious issue between Russia and Ukraine. Actually, it is the eastern part of Ukraine, and Russia encouraged the rebels of that region to fight against the Ukraine. Actually, there were many people who were speaking Russian language, and Russia gave them money and arms to fight against the Ukraine. Once in July 17, 2014, the rebels shot a Malaysian, passenger airline. See, generally passenger airlines won't be touched by even enemy countries. Passenger airlines. And Ukraine had to act. Ukraine army marched there, but Russian army also interfered in that problem. And they came very near at the verge of a war, you see, on that issue, Donbas region. And there was an agreement, Minsk agreement, by which both armies should withdraw to their previous positions and there should be an independent election. But none of those things, came into effect. And there was another incident also, Crimea Peninsula. It was part of Ukraine, and the Russian army marched there and it became part of Russia. After the fall of Viktor Yanukovych and his resignation in 2014, a great man, a popular leader, became the president of Ukraine, that is Volodymyr Zelensky. Yes, he was a popular man. People liked him. Film actor, comedian, and he had great ideals too. He kept the nation together. He was quite against Russia. He did not support going with Russia. Instead, he wanted Ukraine to join European Union. He wanted to join European Union and become part of NATO. Yes. So, in 2017, Ukraine decided to join NATO. That was the moment Russia realized that it is dangerous to allow Ukraine to go with NATO. Already Poland is part of NATO and it is a threat to Russia. Poland is very near to Ukraine. And if Ukraine also goes with NATO, it is a threat, for Russia. So Russia objected it. Even now, the demand of Russia is that Ukraine shall never join NATO. There is a real contentious issue between Russia and Ukraine, that Russia cannot accept Ukraine becoming part of NATO or European Union. So the fight is going on. What might be the final result? We are yet to see. Let us watch and see. Whatever be the result, America is going to be the winner. Each and every day is a great shock to Russia, and they are going to be the real victim of this war. Let us watch and see what is going to be the final result. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.